Guys, we are in the big garden. And when I came out here last night, I thought, holy moly, this has tripled in size since I was here last time, which was like the day before. And I went in there last night and I said to my husband, first thing in the morning, you're going in the garden. He goes, why? I said, because you got to cut heads of broccoli. You got to cut some broccoli heads. And we did that today. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so it's crazy. Of course, it's all, look at the grass growing up all on the side. I had planted flowers and I thought, well, maybe if I don't cut all that stuff, I can figure out where the flowers are. I don't know if there's any flowers in there. Yes, my roses are doing well. Kitty, I don't want you in this garden. I don't want you in the garden, Kitty. Sorry. No, thank you. No. This is the other rose. Volunteer pea plants. I mean, there's one there, two here, one there. This is marigolds, peas. More peas. Peas among the marigolds, lots of peas. That's all volunteers from the last time when we grew it on the fence. This row is so puny compared to the second row of crowders and the third row of purple hulls. It's just because the ground is harder. I told my husband we're going to have to, after this season, we need to really pour on the compost up here, the shavings, the poopy shavings, and really amend this top part here. Everything else grows really well. Look at all the runners are set out. Oh my goodness. And Lord have mercy, the elderberries. Oh goodness. And you can see they're going from flowers to the little berries. This is covered. I'm going to cut these down just to get to the berries. That's okay. A lot of people cut them back to the ground every year. Boy, this needs something. Oh my goodness, it's like a total jungle out here. That's 15 feet tall. Well, maybe 12. But yeah, this is the second row of crowders here, and these are the purple hulls, and you see they've set runners, and the runners are reaching. We need a little bit of rain here. I guess we get a lot of rain, or we get no rain. The tomatoes, oh my goodness, they are crazy. This side right here, all the way to that post on this side is Moscovich, which I got from, I don't remember, Johnny's Seeds or M.I. Gardener. I got from both places. And then from this pole down to the end is the Black Seaman tomato. I thought that was such an interesting looking tomato. I just wanted a cool sandwich tomato. And, oh my goodness, the limas. The limas have nowhere to go. They're reaching for the elderberries and they're reaching for the tomatoes and they don't know where to go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you gonna tell me I planted too much? Yeah, probably. But I don't know. It's a little crowded. It's hard to envision how, we didn't know how these are gonna grow. We've never grown the lima beans. And these were crazy. They just took off like crazy. It's insane. There's okra down there. On this side of the fence from the middle post down, there's okra. But I don't know if it's going to be able to grow very well. But look at the peppers. They took off like crazy. And I've cut some broccoli heads. We cut some broccoli off. Tastes like broccoli. But you see the damage here. This hasn't had a head on it yet. And my husband cut the two biggest heads. And here's another one forming right here. We only had one pack of broccoli. I didn't know if it'd do very well or not. Well, look at the strawberries. This is crazy. Of course, I won't get any strawberries off of it, probably, but if I tried to grow them on purpose, I'd never get them to grow. See the okra down there? It's going to get shaded out a little bit. Oh my, but by the elderberries and the lima beans. Oh my goodness, elderberries. Here we go. Now, I haven't made it yet. Somebody asked me how I made elderberry syrup, and I said, well, I haven't made it yet. I just got these last year. I just got a few cuttings last year. I got a few berries off of these last year, but the second year's when they're supposed to produce, and oh my goodness, are they producing. I'm going to have to cut these back and put these somewhere else. Oh my goodness, aren't they pretty? Oh, it's so hot. I want to get under here and hide. Let me see if I can go through the elderberry jungle here. Oh my goodness, help! Oh my goodness. Let me get to this side. These tomatoes, all this side are paste tomatoes, except for a very small section at the bottom, which were some extra Moskvich plants. I got striped aromas and what else was it? Striped aromas. Oh, and Amish paste. Yeah, there's a little bit. I don't know what this is. I'm not really good with tomato diseases. I don't even need this many tomatoes. I still have tomato stuff left over from last year, but however many I get, it'll be great. It's like a crowded mess. It's a glorious mess. I'm trying to have the attitude that Jess at Roots and Refuge Farm does. You know, she said, and even an imperfect garden will feed you. Yes, thank you, Jess. I'll have to remember that, because that's a good thing too, because every garden we have is imperfect. If you want something manicured, it ain't going to be found at my place. Oh, look at the tomatoes. Oh, little maters. This is wonderful. I mean, there's nothing better than getting a fresh, sweet little pear tomato, you know, little grape-sized tomato or cherry tomato, pop it in your mouth, that burst of sweet. It's just a joy. Wow. And you can't kill Mexican oregano. It doesn't die. It's like the blob that keeps coming back. A little piece breaks off and it continues and it grows. I can tell you, the blob. It's like a science fiction movie. It's the blob, I'm telling you. So, I want to get out here because I want to rant about something. I want to show you what we did this morning, and I want to rant about it. Marigolds are about to bloom. Oh my. Well, we got to cut the grass again. My husband just did it a week ago and it's back to crazy. We put out, when the guy who did the clearing of the fence line and put in the post, when he finished, we managed to get the fencing, and we were waiting for him, and there was some kind of miscommunication. I guess he thought we were going to call, and my husband has never called him. He's always communicated on Facebook. And he just lives down the street from us. But apparently he had left and he was in Florida. Well, time went on. I said, look, don't wait for him. I said, go ahead and advertise for somebody to come and put up this fencing, because this stuff is all going to grow back. We live in the Georgia jungle. It's all going to grow back before they have time to do that. I don't want to have to pay for somebody to do this weed whacking thing again. Well, my husband, this morning he gets out and he's saying, I've got to go do so and so. I said, what are you doing that for? He goes, I'm going to put up some fencing. I said, well, you're not doing it, we're doing it. So in spite of the fact that I was ready to go somewhere and all dressed, I thought, I can't let him do that by himself, because he can't do it by himself. This red brand fencing, American made, very heavy and good quality fencing, is very heavy. And this is horse fencing. So we took, with the lawnmower and the pull behind cart, we took the first roll down there and we started at the end. And we wrestled it and subdued it and tried to. I think it subdued us, it subdued him. That's heavy. And there's still not a big wide swath cleared, but we put up the first roll of that fencing this morning. And it stops right down there, first row. And I've got to clear that again because there's grass and stuff growing up over there, and the ticks are crazy, so I don't want to go through that tick-infested mess. The deer are out here all the time, and you know they carry the ticks everywhere. So my husband's hurting right now because he had to wrestle fencing. And there's a few places I want to put extra posts. This ground is very uneven back here, and but we left the old fencing behind it. It's still there, so it's like a double whammy. It's like a double layer of fencing, and I think that was a really good idea. In addition to this no-climb horse fencing, if you can even see it, I gotta get down in here. Yeah, there's that, and livestock fencing behind it. And this time we put up higher posts so we can actually string something along the top of these posts if we wanted to in effect make it taller. I like it when the fencing is shiny and new and you can actually see it from a distance. Yeah, oh, oops. Gosh, I stepped on something and it moved under my foot. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to jostle you. Yeah, those chickens next door were coming up from down there and coming up. This is on my property, even past the fence, all the way down to that little, there's a road, you may not even be able to see it now. And my property goes down to that road, and his property goes up to that road, and his chickens go everywhere. Literally everywhere. But, you know, my husband advertised. Nobody answered the ad. It was 2 weeks. Nobody answered the ad. I said, are you kidding me? Usually when we put up an ad for somebody to do work, you've got more calls than you can field. He said, nope, nobody did. So I got back in there and I kind of said, oh, come on. Nobody wants to work for some tax-free cash. And so I did it for him. He wouldn't do it. I pulled the veteran card. I said, so I was typing as him because I don't have a Facebook. I said, as a disabled veteran, I just can't wrestle this fencing with just me and my wife anymore. I just need to, I said, the posts are in, the way is cleared. I just need somebody to come and hang the fencing on it. And finally, one guy said, oh, I would love to do it. And he said, and so they agreed on a price. He said, well, that's fair. And he said, let me get, he was told he'd have to have at least 1 or 2 friends to help him, because this is kind of hard to wrestle by yourself. And so we didn't hear from him for a couple days. And then he got in contact with us. And he was supposed to show up one day at 2 o'clock, Friday at 2 o'clock. That's last Friday. He didn't show up. And I said, well, I wonder what happened to him. And we were thinking he probably couldn't get anybody to work. So the next day he contacted my husband. And he said, I'm sorry I took so long getting back to you. He said, I can't find anybody who wants to work. Nobody wants to come for a couple of hours work. Able-bodied people don't want to come down here and string a little bit of fencing. It wouldn't take these couple strong guys more than a couple hours, because, I mean, this only took me and my husband struggling with this probably less than 2 hours to do this one roll. Now, to a couple of strong guys, maybe 2 or 3 guys, it'd take them 2 hours and get the rest of it done. I don't think it'd be more than 3 hours work tops. And you see how it's grown up. See that grass right there? All the brush and the grass and the vines and who knows what all is in there. Definitely ticks, and I don't want to go in there with the ticks. So we've got to see if we can find. My husband has a string trimmer, a push string trimmer, and I think he needs to see if he can get that, just trim that. It's just that one area in there. It's the bottom of the old chicken pen. Has a lot of nice nitrogen in there from the old chicken poop. But yeah, so yeah, I just, it's ridiculous. You can't get any able-bodied people to come and work for off-the-books cash. I mean, seriously, what is wrong with these people? So us 2 old people, him with his bad knee, his bad back, me with my bad knee and my bad ankle, getting out here wrestling this really heavy fencing. I think one roll is 260 pounds or something. It's over 200 pounds, which is just very awkward. And you have to roll it out, and then you have to unbend it. And, you know, it's just a wrestling match, and it hurt him. And so now he's going to have to recover for 3 days worth of recovering because of this 100-foot roll of fencing. And, of course, I need to get a couple more posts in here. I have some extra ones to shore up a couple of sections. But, my word, it's true. You can't get anybody to work. People have gotten just plain lazy. And the sweet potatoes have set out runners now. They're starting to set runners and travel. So they're forming some things. And these potatoes are dying back. So it won't be too long before I guess I'll be digging potatoes here. They've been in the ground since the end of February. These are Kennebecks. My husband said these were Yukon Golds, and I found the receipt. I said, honey, they're not Yukon Golds. These are Kennebecks. No, sorry, not Kennebecks. They're Russets. I got Yukon Golds in that big box in the front. So, yeah. This is the craziest thing, these elderberries. So, yeah, the syrup is really good for your immune system. It's good for coughs. And, yeah. So I decided to grow my own since I couldn't find any. And when I did find it, it was really expensive. So I can make my own concentration, and I decided to use raw honey as a base. So, I'm going to let you go. I'll put Atlas out here with Gloria Jean and Drusilla. Where's Drusilla at? She over there? She has to be. She can't walk. Where's Drusilla? Where? Oh, there's Drusilla. Hi, Drusilla. Drusilla's about lost the control of her right leg now. She can't roost anymore. Hey, old man. Say, hey, old man. Say, hey, old man. You look so ratty. You lose your barring as you get older. Your barring fades, you get gray, buddy. I just took Drusilla out here and I just stuck her in a bunch of dirt that my husband dug with a shovel for the babies when they were out here. So, y'all, have a good day. I just want to show you the out of control, imperfect garden. And yeah, I know a lot of it's really crowded. But you know, whatever I get out of it is a plus. It's going to be great. And I don't know, maybe next year I'll learn my lesson about planting things so close. But when there's nothing there, it seems like you're planting them far apart. I think I planted them like 8 inches apart, the lima beans, but it doesn't matter. Look where they're going. They're going everywhere. See you guys. Stay cool.